New this morning, we're getting our first look inside
Welcome to Firsthand, the podcast where we hear firsthand accounts of the most important moments in history from the people who lived them. I'm Devin Field.
I'm Greg Gallant.
And we're back.
We're back.
For another app, ready to give you people what you want. Content about, not history, celebrities.
Celebrity gaffes. We know what you pigs want.
Slurp this shit up like some fucking truffles, you goddamn piggies.
Is that what they do with truffles?
They sniff them out and then they slurp them up like so much linguine. Everyone knows that.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. So let's see. What business do we have up top? Obviously we're selling out this year, trying to cover all of our bills. We've got a lot of bills, the pod.
Yeah. Automobiles, telephone bills, Jennifer bills.
Yes. Yeah. And as you can hear from that, Greg's side job writing Bill Engvall's stand-up set is not covering these costs.
He wants me to do Here's Your Sign stuff, and I just think it's derivative. I can't remember who the comedian it was that did that, but
it was Bill Engvall. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Really?
Yes, it was. Oh. I believe.
Well, then I should write that. I should.
He wants to do his classic bit, Greg. Help him out.
Well, I had this bad experience where Foxworthy was trying to steal that "You Might Be a Redneck" bit, and I was
right.
And then Ron White tried to steal some guy's tater salad bit.
Yeah, Ron White stole my bit of being an alcoholic.
Devin, that was my bit.
Well, hang on. And we don't have time to get into this now, but I think you'll find I had a substance abuse problem long before you did.
We'll have to go through our notes. Quick update on the listenership.
Please, listenership. That is, of course, the Firsthand Cruise, which is not advised by the CDC, but is advised by the CDC that we run, which is the Cool Dude Committee, and we say, get on the fucking ship.
Yeah, the Cool Dude Committee released their report saying that the crypt,
we're calling it
the cruise.
Sometimes we keep accidentally calling it the crypt.
Yeah, it's a crypt. And which is short for cruise ship, and it's been officially licensed by the CDC. It's going to be this season 3 finale is going to take place aboard the crypt, aboard the listenership, and all the principals are attached now. It's me, it's Devin, it's the Travolta hologram, and we're this is like our IPO for sponsors to get in on the listenership. Sponsor us, put ads on the ship, we'll do literally anything. I think that's become quite clear this season.
Quite clear. Now, the thing I'm hearing about the ship is, a lot of people are asking, will there be any food, drinks, or water on the ship? And the answer is hopefully.
Yeah. There's water
just
everywhere.
Don't know. We have water everywhere. And plenty of drops to drink, I think is how the sailor's rhyme goes. So please don't bring a Dasani bottle full of vodka on and try to pass it off like water. We're going to throw you overboard.
We're going to be drinking all the liquids that people try to bring on ourselves.
Yeah. So that's just one thing. As for food, I don't really know what our food situation is going to be. I'm just going to, I think, swing by Trader Joe's day of and just get a bunch of wraps. They have those little pre-made wraps.
Oh, those are so good. Maybe some maybe some of those pre-made
a couple salads, a couple of their walnut salad or whatever. And maybe some of their frozen stuff if we can all share the microwave.
Yeah.
It's fine. I got the worst food poisoning of my life from some kung pao chicken there once, but it's not bad.
And that's the worst thing that ever happened to you at a Trader Joe's. Is that correct?
Yes. If listeners would like to Google Devin Field and Trader Joe's, they'll find that was the worst thing that ever happened to me.
Crazy. It's crazy.
Anyway, so that's the update for the listenership. Please keep buying tickets. Don't believe everything you read about how it's not safe to be on a ship right now. A lot of people aren't even publishing those articles right now because it feels like something that we were already supposed to sort of understand. But if you hear anyone saying it, tell them to shut the fuck up and buy a ticket.
Yeah, kick their ass and make them buy a ticket. I think that's what you got to do.
All right.
Well, but let's get into the celebrity gaffe of the week. What do you say, Devin?
I'm ready for it. The audience is ready for it. Let's give these thirsty pigs the stop that they want.
Yeah, the truffles for to slurp.
That's right.
And the truffle we have for them to slurp this week is what, Devin?
It's the time Dick Cheney shot that guy in the face.
You know what we're talking about.
We all remember where we were when that shot rang out.
We talked about a few different political gaffes that we remembered and that we were involved in. And this just felt like the most famous, the most fun, the most family friendly.
Really fun. Yeah, this one is funny, makes me laugh. Funny to think of a man this powerful just fucking shooting his friend. So just felt like some fun, lighthearted content,
Agree. I mean, it's in a lot of comedy movies. It's in Vice, a very funny movie.
Funny movie.
South Park. Well, look here. I'll do my quick little recap here. You ready?
Let's do it.
This off Devin's plate this year. I'm doing a little bit of more of the legwork. So here goes. Dick Cheney and this guy went hunting. Dick shot him in the face, and that was pretty much it. Now, Devin, how were you involved?
No, Greg, you know damn well you did not explain what just happened thoroughly enough. You know damn well.
I'm sorry. It's a lot of work.
Fucking look at me.
I'm sorry.
Asshole. This is not good enough.
I didn't realize how much work it was that you did. I'm ready to admit
it is a lot of work. I'm going to the Wikipedia pages for these events upwards of 24 hours ahead of time. I'm cutting and pasting certain paragraphs from them, lightly changing the wording. Okay?
All right. How about this? It was 2006. Dick Cheney went hunting with this guy, Harry Whittington, who was a 78-year-old attorney, and they were quail hunting on a ranch in Texas. And Dick Cheney shot him with a shotgun in the face and neck, and he was fine.
Chest.
What? And chest. Okay.
And chest.
And he went to the hospital, and he did have a minor heart attack as a result of a bullet being lodged inside of him, but he survived. And to my great surprise, Devin, the man, despite being 78 at the time and shot, is still alive now at 93.
That's right.
Crazy.
Yes, and that's why I mentioned him being shot in the chest, is just that's what caused him to almost die. Wild. Now, first of all, much better summary. Good job, Greg.
Thanks. I feel bad, but
no, it's good. I mean, we got there, and maybe we'll cut out the part where I'm really fucking raking you over the coals, where I'm really just
Could we?
Okay.
I'll do better next week, I promise. No.
Okay, sure. Okay.
I promise.
Well, to move past this, once again, of course, Greg and I were directly involved in this big Hollywood celebrity gaffe because we are something of Forrest Gumps.
We're Gumps.
We're Bubba Gumps. And so we were
everywhere.
That company is everywhere. And so were we. So, Greg, I know now we were involved in this differently. You were actually there, as I understand it, and I was not. So maybe we could start with you, who was there on the ground.
I was on the ranch. So I had a pretty good gig in the mid-2000s where, well, let me just spoil one thing for you guys right now that the media gets wrong about this. They weren't hunting for quail. All right.
Okay. Weird, because that's the top line of every news story about this is quail hunt.
That was the cover. What they were hunting for was me. I had a pretty sweet gig in the mid-2000s where I let celebrities and powerful political figures hunt me for sport, and it paid well.
So this is a classic manhunt scenario, and that's the only story from which I've noticed. It's one of the, I've never seen this in pop culture besides that movie Manhunt that was supposed to come out and then got pulled out of theaters after that one shooting, and then
there's not enough art and literature about this kind of stuff, but it really is one of the most risky types of game. And
I would say it's like freakiest, hardest to kill animal.
I'm banking 70, 80 bucks a day doing this stuff. Okay.
Big bucks.
Big
70, 80 a day. That's fucking, that's like background in a commercial money.
I was going to say the exact same thing.
Well, it's true. I mean, that's a lot of dough.
Yeah. Yeah. It was a good gig to have. And I'm not going to say that I was the best at it. Like I'm not going to say I never got caught or trapped or shot or even killed. I was killed.
Who killed you?
Who killed me? I was actually killed by Joe Lieberman.
Wow.
Yeah.
I love him. He's good.
He is good. And
one time, true story, the one time that I went to the United States Senate, I went and sat in the gallery when I was like 12 years old, and Joe Lieberman took the floor to enter into the congressional record an official congratulations to the University of Connecticut women's basketball team. And while he was the way he did that was by saying, "So now let's, if you'll please allow me, I'd like to go ahead and do the official cheer. Give me a U. Give me a C. Give me an O." And I watched Joe Lieberman do a cheerleading routine on the floor of the United States Senate. And it really solidified for me that he was the greatest missed opportunity of American political times, for him to be VP under Gore.
That was a big cheer ticket because Gore famously would cheer. He would cheer, "Burr, it's cold in here. There must be some chlorofluorocarbons in the atmosphere."
That's right.
Whatever the fuck. So,
boy, with a ticket as sexy as Gore and Lieberman, how did they lose?
I don't know.
Anyway.
Well, anyway, the man.
So Joe Lieberman killed you one time.
Yeah, Joe Lieberman killed me, and a witch doctor brought me back to life. Ted Nugent killed me, of course. I was hunted often on his ranch.
Yeah, he shot you from a helicopter, right?
Yeah, he put me in a stranglehold, and I wound up with pretty bad cat scratch fever. So
that's tough.
Dick, they did not kill me. So anyway, we're out on the ranch. I'm dressed as a quail. I'm running around.
Oh, interesting. So they're hunting people, but the people are dressed as other game.
Yeah, well, I dress as quail. I mean, that was the cover, so that if someone took a satellite photo, it would look like they were just hunting quail.
And so just to be clear, you weren't dressed as Dan Quayle.
No, I did. I have been hunted dressed as Dan Quayle, though, of course.
Sure.
By George H.W. Bush, because he really hated that guy. He did. Swears he would, peel me with a shotgun and yell, "If you could have spelled potato, I'd have gotten 8 years," and he would peel me again.
Yeah. Boy, with a ticket as sexy as George H.W. Bush and Dan Quayle, how did they lose that second term? I don't know. Anyway.
It's almost like sexiness doesn't even matter in politics.
Don't even say that, Greg, because we know that's not true.
I guess I'm jaded, but anyway. So, I mean, the rest is history, I guess. They were shooting at me, and all of a sudden I hear Whittington, or whatever his name was. I try not to get too close to the men that are hunting me.
That makes sense.
He screams, and Cheney's like, I shot a man, not the one I wanted. But it'll have to do. So Cheney, and a lot of people don't report this, Cheney strings him up like a deer and starts skinning him. He was going to get that venison. I don't know.
But he started at the ankles, and so they were able to kind of stop him in time and go, whoa, wait a second.
Yeah. So some of his aides and the people on the ranch was like, I think if you quit now, we can spin this like an accident.
Mm-hmm.
So luckily they were able to, or it could have gotten pretty ugly. But, it's kind of like my strategy when I'm being hunted is like, you don't have to outrun Dick Cheney. You just have to outrun the 78-year-old lawyer, and then he'll kill him instead. So
this is smart. This is a smart way to stay in the game. Wish I had a phrase for it. To stay in the most risky venture, or whatever.
The most dangerous liaisons.
That's it. Yes, you had a dangerous liaison, and the way you're able to survive it is by, making sure someone else took the hit.
Yeah. And I should say, when I say that he killed the old lawyer, he did kill this man. The man was dead. Joe Lieberman's witch doctor was on site because he kind of goes across the aisle. He's a real centrist.
So he knows. He reaches across the veil, the veil, the shroud of death. He's able to, That's why we need people like him to make these deals.
Yeah. You're not going to get Medicare for All passed without some help from beyond the river Styx. It's just not going to happen. You need someone who can reach across the threshold, cross over, if you will, and get some support from the dead.
Are you listening, the squad? Okay.
Come on, the squad.
Because us two white guys have some information on how you could get shit done.
You got a little bit to learn.
So
a real thing my father said about AOC. All right.
So, really? Oh, cool.
So, Devin, how were you involved?
Well, I was sort of tangentially involved in that. Weirdly enough, I kind of reaped the benefits of this event. Now, what was happening with me was I was, of course, a close personal friend of Donald Rumsfeld. Still am. The guy is a mensch. Rummy. Perfect choice to get Steve Carell to play him because they're both just so warm and fun and, by our reputations, the nicest guys.
Oh, yeah.
So
you ever see Rumsfeld's old Second City sketches?
Rumsfeld's Second City sketches are so good. When he was teamed up with Odenkirk in those early days and they were doing those bits, a lot of people don't know Donald Rumsfeld, the original Matt Foley, the original Live in a Van Down by the River.
That is true, yeah.
He did it at Second City for years, and Farley was his understudy. Just can you imagine if we'd, a lot of people are like, oh, what if Chris Farley were still alive today? He'd probably have the Oscar. I'm going, what if Donald Rumsfeld was still doing sketch comedy?
I know. And the wild thing was in the early 90s, Farley was actually the guy invading Kuwait.
Yes.
And they kind of, they did a trading places and they both just loved it and they stuck with it,
Man. Also, listeners, if you want to see a real weird video, you could look up the time Chris Farley played Newt Gingrich on the floor of the House for Newt Gingrich. Very strange.
A lot of fun stuff going down on the floor of our chambers of legislature.
Of good stuff. A lot of bits and goofs. So anyway, I'm hanging out with Rummy, and at that point, it was February, so we were on a nice, relaxing fishing trip up in the Middle Fork of the Salmon River in Idaho.
Oh, that seems like it would be a little cold.
It'd be a little cold, but, that's when the best fly fishing happens, when you have the courage to be out there.
Too.
Yes. So it's me, it's Rummy, and it's Rummy's son, and whose name escapes me. And we're hanging out. We're on the boat. We're fishing.
Aren't Donald's sons named Huey, Louie, or are those his nephews?
Huey, Dewey. Those are his nephews.
Those are his nephews. Okay,
and he fucking hates his nephews, man.
Yeah.
And they were in now that I'm remembering, they were in the boat behind us. So,
his son,
so we're all in a boat, and so we're all in a boat, and his son, 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 his son while we're out on the water, I'm noticing Rumsfeld just kind of staring at his son in this way where I'm like, what is this energy? And then at some point he reaches back to make a cast with his rod, and he sucker punches his son right in the face, and his son goes overboard, right? And so his son is now in the cold river. And I say to Remy, okay, grab the rope. We got to get him back in.
Yeah.
And Remy just stares at me and says, what rope? And I thought that was weird because he was holding the rope.
I'd say that's weird. Yeah.
So I'm kind of going, what? The rope? And I go to grab the rope and he kind of grabs my wrist and goes, leave it. And I don't really understand what's happening. I'm like, your son is drowning. So I'm kind of shouting to Huey and Dewey and Louie going, hey, can you pull the son up on the boat? And Rumsfeld just shot them a look. And they all just sat down and pretended like they couldn't hear me.
Wow.
It was just very strange.
Gaslighting you?
They're gaslighting me, and I just really did not want to literally and figuratively rock the boat. So I kind of just let it fucking happen. And yeah.
Because fly fishing doesn't typically take place in very deep water, right? So
no, it's usually a river you could kind of stand in.
Yeah.
But
so, did Donald have to like push the guy back under, or
there was a lot? His son came up a couple of times, and Donald would take an oar and kind of stuff him back down. And he said, "I'm helping him. I'm helping him." And then eventually he kind of even stopped saying that. And his son slipped away.
What a tragic accident!
And I came back. A really tragic accident, freak thing. Could have happened to anybody.
It could have happened to anyone.
I came back and I'm going, well, how are we going to spin this? I mean, fucking Rumsfeld's son is dead by, I think, his hand. And I'm sweating bullets going, well, how am I going to spin this? I pull up the news. I see Dick Cheney shot someone in the fucking face. And I go, thank God I've got a pass. Okay.
Wow.
This is like when some huge news event comes and totally covers up the fact that, like when 9/11 happens and makes us all forget that Jay-Z released an album that same day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
oh my God. Or when your nudes leaked right before Pearl Harbor.
Yeah,
and it was a big story.
That was so fucked up. They were going out at that. Someone spliced them into the end of newsreels, and so they were going into movie theaters sort of worldwide.
And people were calling it a penis that would live in infamy.
Yes,
very
and
briefly.
Then that phrase got co-opted. That phrase was, used by someone else. So I don't remember who. And so it was just the perfect cover where no one even looked into it. Eventually, I remember at one point, George W. Bush or something was like, hey, Remy, I sent your son a Christmas card and I got a bounce back, and that was about as much as we ever heard about it.
Wow, that is lucky, man.
Yeah.
I do feel like a lot of times you and I kind of benefit from some of these bad things that happen.
I think so too. And I think that's a good lesson in terms of there's, every cloud.
Mm-hmm.
And
in Chinese, the word
ahead.
Crisis is the same as the word for opportunity. And that's an interesting point that I'm making. And I think they have a bunch of different words for snow. They have like 50
Are you listening, the squad? Okay. Are you listening? Because we've got a couple white guys dropping some Chinese wisdom on you. Okay?
Maybe this pandemic crisis is actually a pandemic opportunity.
Which is why you should buy a ticket for the listenership. I can't stress this enough. It's an opportunity for you to have an experience that no one else is brave enough to have.
There you go.
Anyway, so that's how I was involved. Was Donald Rumsfeld's son died, and I was there, and this story covered it up. So thank you, Greg, for running around in that field with that fucking costume on.
That's all I really ask for at the end of the day is a thank you. Often I would be hunted and not even get my $80 and I say, just give me a thank you at the end of the day.
But you got your per diem, right?
I got lunch.
Okay.
I got lunch, but it was often a trap. There was it would be a giant box with a huge stick holding it up, and there would be some Jersey Mikes under there, and that was how Nugent got me. Yeah. Anyway, should we take a little break and then come back with some guests?
Let's do it.
All right. Bye.
Bye. Welcome back to Firsthand. We're back, Greg.
Yeah, I thought you were going to say
you're just fucking staring at me. We're back.
That was just a great. You brought us back really great, and I was kind of mesmerized. You're good.
Okay, good.
All right, motherfucker.
Sorry, Greg and I have been drinking for a while. But we've got some wonderful guests here to help us get to the bottom of this whole our vice president shooting someone in the face situation. And they're going to shed a lot of light on, I think, what happened there that day. Should we go ahead and bring in our first guest, Greg?
Let's do it.
This is someone who I believe was a member of the hunting party itself. Okay. So this is someone who is directly involved. Please welcome Herb. Herb or Herb, or what do you like to be called?
Yeah, you got it. So,
okay.
Thanks for having me on. Is this private?
Is our conversation private?
Yeah.
Well,
yes
no, in the sense that it's being recorded and released on a podcast.
Okay.
Yes, in the sense that fewer than 70 people will ever hear this.
Okay, I'll take that.
Okay.
I was there that day. Though not an official member of the party, I was trailing behind.
Interesting.
Because so people don't know this, but I was the one that was supposed to fucking shoot Harry Whittington in the face.
Okay, and this is good. Just for anyone, if you do whisper lightly on the podcast, our listeners probably won't pick it up. So if you do have something incriminating to say it like that, I think.
We don't have enough listeners. I mean, legally speaking, our podcast counts as being off the record because we have so few.
Okay, then I'll speak full volume. I was supposed to shoot that guy in the fucking face.
Okay. There it is. Yeah.
Well, it's not a crime to have been supposed to commit a crime.
That's what I keep saying. And so I know I didn't do anything wrong, but I've been feeling bad about it. When I saw that guy went to the hospital, I was like, damn, this would have hurt him. And I felt bad. I felt really bad about it. And I was
you can't feel bad about yourself, Herb, all right? You didn't do anything.
Yeah. No, you're right. I know. I didn't do anything. Well, because Dick got to him first, and he did it by accident. I was supposed to do it.
So when you say you were supposed to, what does that mean?
So our community, we have started, you know what a HSA, homeowners, what? That's not what it, homeowners association. Yeah, HSA. HSA, yeah.
HSA,
so we have an unofficial one of those. It's just like a letter we post up to a tree and the problems you got with the houses nearby and stuff. And Mr. Dick Cheney had, a house nearby. It wasn't his regular house. It was like a summer house sort of situation. And the trees were overgrown into my yard and into another guy's yard. And there were 2 posts on this piece of paper about it. 2 posts. That was over half the posts on there. So we were like, we got to do something about this fucker.
We got to do something. This tree letter is getting crowded with these complaints.
Yeah, because we all write big handwriting. It's the style of paper. With the wide
Texas.
rule and the dotted line, everything's bigger in Texas. The style of lined paper. It's got wide and it's got little dotted lines, so you know how to make like a straight letter
for kindergarten.
Yeah, you know it. So that's what we're using. So you can't write too much on there. And we're knocking on his door. We're saying, "Hey, cut these trees! You're invading my space. And this guy's not answering. And so we got riled up. And then I was the one who said it. You know what? I'm going to shoot him. I'll shoot him. We'll get this fucker taken care of because this is not right. Him and his rich, highfalutin, tuchus going around town.
Tuchus.
Wow.
Yeah.
Strong words from Herb.
Sorry. Can we curse?
We can curse, yes. And we can say took us, in the interest of finding the truth.
Wow. Yeah. So I wanted to find this guy. And then so I hid behind his station wagon one day. I was like, where's this guy going? And I had my gun on me. And I had a little, those when you go to check under your car, you're on a tiny little wheelie thing.
Yeah,
skateboard
sure.
Sort of thing, yeah.
A little skateboardy thing.
A little skateboardy thing is sort of what we call it. So I was hunched on that, and I'm holding on to the back of his station wagon, and I hitch a ride. And they're going
cool.
Yeah.
You're almost like Marty McFly in Back to the Future, where he is on a skateboard, but don't worry about it.
Oh?
Don't worry about it.
And they drive on into the woods, and I'm like, my God, this is taking a long time. It took a few hours, we're going on the highway and stuff. It's Texas. You're on the highway for a long time.
How was the little skateboard thing once you got into the woods and you were on like dirt roads and gravel and stuff? Was that?
I'm doing flips. I'm getting skidded all about. I'm going nuts trying to hold on to this thing. I can't use that anymore to check my car, unfortunately.
Oh no!
Yeah, that's sort of my personal casualty from this whole thing. So in the end, I guess I did get, equally as punished. In a way.
Sure, because there's no bringing that back. Once you have killed that little skateboard thing, that's it.
Never the same.
It's not the same, and I'm not gonna buy a new one. The store doesn't even have them anymore.
No.
So I'm in the woods. And then these boys go out shooting quail. And I was like, quote unquote. Wait, what?
Well,
they were actually hunting me. The quail thing is a famous ruse. We talked about it earlier.
They were hunting you?
I was dressed as a quail and I was hiding in trees. So yeah. But for all intents and purposes, they were hunting quail. Yeah.
Which is weird because a quail is a ground bird, but Greg was up in a tree. And
I don't do research for my roles, Dev. I'm not friggin' Daniel Day-Lewis, man. I go on set.
Now that you mention all this, that makes perfect sense because I saw a big guy in a tree, big quail, and I thought,
all right,
well, normal guy, big quail,
right? Yes, yeah.
And I thought, it's an ostrich or something? It's just so much bigger than when I thought of quail. I've never had quail. And they're shooting it, and they're still missing. I remember thinking, they're still missing this ostrich? They're terrible shots, Bad shots.
Yeah.
And that's when I heard it. I was hiding behind the tree, and bam, I hear a man scream. And I thought, did I shoot him already? And I forgot.
Did I shoot him already?
And then I saw.
You're like Urkel, wondering, did I do that?
Yeah. I wonder, did I do that? And my God, I didn't. Unlike Urkel, I didn't.
that was famously not the second half of Urkel's catchphrase. Did I do that? Beat. No, I didn't.
I didn't. Yeah. That's how I would update that phrase. So I didn't do it. And it was Dick Cheney shot this hairy fucker in the face. And I was like, God damn it. This was supposed to be me. I was supposed to shoot Dick Cheney and Harry in the face.
You're supposed to shoot them both.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Well, one of those would have been, if you shoot this attorney Harry and he gets hurt, maybe you could get away with that. But if you were supposed to shoot the vice president.
See, I was going to build up to it. I was going to do Harry first. And then once I felt comfortable, I was going to do Dick.
That makes sense.
You don't want to blow your first chance. You don't want to just try it. You don't want to be auditioning on the
You don't want to shoot your wad. You want to shoot the vice president.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that tracking? Yeah.
I think so. Yeah. I think that tracks with me.
Okay, good.
So both of them had trees growing into. I'm a little confused. I thought you and Dick both wanted to shoot Harry.
Oh, see, I must have misspoke. It was me and another guy wanted to shoot Harry.
Different guy.
Different guy, unrelated, really nice. Dick Dick is doing the same stuff all over our HSA in our organization. He's doing the same exact thing. These boys, when they're rich, when you're a big fancy lawyer, when you're a big fancy vice president, you think you can just let your trees grow over wherever they want. I got stuff to do in my yard.
You got stuff to do. You got kids to feed.
I wish. I never did. After this, I felt bad about myself, and I never had kids.
Now, see, that is heartbreaking that after failing to shoot the vice president, you felt so bad about yourself that you weren't able to start a family.
Yeah, people don't think about the impact of this stuff.
Well, the brain is the biggest sexual organ, of course. And
right.
If your brain's not in a good place, you're not going to be able to
That is not what I have been using.
Oh, no. No, Herb, I don't mean...
Right. Greg doesn't mean literally it's the thing you have sex with. It just is an erogenous zone in terms of...
Maybe that's what I meant to say.
Yeah.
It's the biggest erogenous. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I never used my brain.
Okay.
Never. Oh, okay.
So what happened in the event when Dick Cheney shoots this person? You're there. You're crouched behind the car with a gun, ready to shoot. What happens moments after?
So they all scream, and they ran. From what I saw, they ran in separate directions.
Okay.
And I was like, this looks like I shot him, and I didn't even shoot him. So I was like, what do I do? Do I get blamed for this thing I didn't even get to do? Or do I run? So this is what's crazy. Do you remember this? I skittered up the tree. Do you remember seeing?
Yeah. Okay.
Do you remember this, Greg?
This is ringing a bell. Yeah. It's hard to see in the quail suit, and also my head was often in the sand. That might have been why you thought I was an ostrich, because that was some bad research I got. I got some bad research on that from my assistant at the time.
Yeah. Okay.
But anyway, so you skittered up the tree.
Yeah, because I was like, I didn't do this. That's the other Urkel quote for you. For once, I didn't do that. So I skittered in the tree, and I hid there for days because they drove that car away. Ambulances came eventually. They drove that car away, and I was like, where's my ride? And my skateboard's all messed up. And my car is broken, and it's not there. Two things.
Sucks. Two things. That sucks.
Equal impediments.
Equal impediments. So then I had to walk back to my house. And wouldn't you know it, by the time I get back to my house, that fucking tree is like a foot deeper into my yard.
This is bullshit. I had even kind of forgotten about the tree, and now insult to injury. Here you come home and you got a problem with the tree.
I could have if I ever went outside, I could have poked my eye out.
And where's your safety net? Where's your bailout?
Where's my bailout? Where's my bailout? Where's my free hospital visit?
That's right.
Someone could have got hurt. Someone could have gotten hurt.
I could have got hurt in my face. Did Harry think of that? Did Dick ever think of that?
No, because they're only thinking about themselves.
Yes. Dick is selfish. Ultimately, I wish I had the guts because Dick is selfish. He shot the man I was supposed to shoot, and he didn't even shoot himself. He didn't have the dignity to even shoot himself.
That's another... and I think, a lot of people thought maybe it would go that way, that Dick Cheney would shoot that guy, look on what he had done in horror, and then turn the gun on himself. Yeah. But he didn't.
This is a firsthand exclusive bombshell, guys. Dick Cheney is selfish. You heard it here first.
Yeah, I'll say it. And I saw that stupid movie about him.
Which includes a scene of this moment also.
They didn't show any of me there. No. I didn't see one lick of me. Or you.
They could have cast someone from Second City in the 90s to play both of us,
Absolutely. Get a skinny little guy to play me. A sick guy.
Yeah, some sick guy. Some skinny sick guy.
You do seem pretty sick, Herb. I was going to bring that up. Are you okay?
I lost my passion to cook after all this shit happened.
No. You couldn't start a family and you couldn't cook a bolognese?
Listen, when I got back from this trip, I'm haggard. I walked for days to get back. It's Texas. I get back to this tree is big. I get back. All my food is rotted because I've been gone like a week and a half, 2 weeks. God knows.
Tell me you at least hadn't just bought groceries before you left.
I had just bought groceries.
Come on.
God damn
Produce.
That lettuce is wilted. It was gone.
It was gone. And I thought, well, fuck ups don't deserve salad. And and I just started buying canned stuff. I lost my house. Okay.
And fuck ups don't deserve salad was a catchphrase that was cut from Glengarry Glen Ross.
Yes. Yeah. That's what's crazy. That's what's crazy.
That's what's crazy.
That's what's crazy here. Oh my God.
Okay.
Well, how are things now, Herb? I mean, where are you now?
Right now, so I'm now running that HSA, but I don't got an H in it anymore.
Tough.
So I've got sort of a tree situation right now.
Sort of a tree situation, yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean. And so on the tree where you post the notices, I've got a little situation up there. And it's nice. It's not my favorite. You know, I'm slowly working my way back to where I was. Yeah.
Was it because you spent that week hiding out in the tree that you were like, I know I can do this. I can live in a tree.
Yeah, it really was. I was like, I proved something to myself. You know, I might be a piece of shit, but I can live in a tree for sure. For sure.
Yes.
And and I still get to run that HSA and, tell people, hey, your tree's too big. Hey, and now I'm in the tree. So I really know if your tree's too big, I see it.
Mm-hmm. And I know I'm sort of going back to this one too many times, but hey, I'm a piece of shit, but I can live in a tree was something that was cut out of those Tootsie Pop commercials.
Yeah, that's what's crazy. The owl.
That's what's crazy.
The owl originally says that.
Yeah.
When the little girl is like, how many licks? First he says, I'm a piece of shit, but I know I can live in a tree. And then she goes, what? And then he goes, how many licks does it take to get to the center? And then he bites it.
Yeah. A more interesting ad, I think.
I think so. They really neutered that character. They really took a lot of his darkness out.
Yeah, they do that a lot. They make stuff for kids. And
I hate when they make stuff for kids.
Stupid.
We're very sorry about all the fallout of this for you, Herb, but we hope you'll stick around and keep chatting with us. We should bring in our second guest.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Great. Well, next up is someone who was also there, also, I believe, a member of the hunting party. Please welcome Oscar Medellin.
Thanks. Hello. I do want to make something very clear. Although I was there, I wouldn't say I was necessarily part of the hunting party, as I don't consider myself a hunter. I have a sort of more particular focus.
Okay. So you're not a man of death and killing like Herb here. You're someone who does something else.
Yeah. These... Well, the birds, you know where birds live. Commonly, they live in the trees. Some live on the ground as they don't fly. But every bird's got to go somewhere.
Yeah, write this down.
I'm write this down for them.
Some on the ground, some in the tree.
Yeah, and not ever in between. They don't just exist in midair.
And importantly, not everything in a tree is a bird.
That is also a very good point. Not everything.
Write that down,
Greg.
I'm writing this down.
That's actually, I have a shirt that says that on the back of the shirt. Yeah, thank you,
man. You have a shirt.
Thank you. I have a shirt.
Great.
Yeah, and it says, "Not everything in a tree is a bird."
That's good.
I learned that the hard way.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. I don't have any follow-ups. I just
Good. I'm glad you got good. You heard by the tone of my voice. It's not something I like to talk about.
Yeah, it sounded tense. So what is your focus in the hunting party then, Oscar?
Well, what I bring to the table is, birds got to go somewhere. They can't just stay where they are. So in order to be shot, they got to be mobile, because you can't just shoot. It's no fun to shoot a stagnant bird. Anyone can do that.
It's not. I do that with pigeons in town all the time, and it's not fun.
There should be some sort of phrase for something that would be so easy to shoot that it's not even fun. Like it's just it's just sitting there like a stagnant bird. I wish there was.
Right. Yeah. But there's not. There's just not. There's no catchphrase.
Mm-mm.
I mean, maybe we just came up with it. Maybe people will start saying that.
We were stagnant birds. We were stagnant birds out here.
So they can't just sit there. You can't just shoot that.
No.
So what I do, I flush the birds.
Down the toilet?
Down the toilet?
This is okay.
Down the freaking toilet, Oscar?
I've learned,
dude.
every time I say this to somebody, I always take what I guess is too long a pause. Because it's not down the dang toilet. It's not going down there.
Okay.
No, it's not. They're too big.
They can't. Yeah, they don't fit in the hole. They don't fit in the toilet hole.
That's what I'm saying.
You'd have to take them out of the field of the hunt, take them indoors to a toilet.
And you already got them in your that can fly.
And if you already got it in your hand, you might as well shoot it in the face while it's in your hand.
Yes. Yeah. If you've already grabbed a bird to flush it down the toilet, hold it right here and just shoot it in the face. Yeah.
I mean, be careful though.
Be careful.
Because birds usually aren't that big. Some birds can be
true.
Eagle.
Big bird.
Big bird, famously big.
Yep.
Me in a quail suit being hunted for sport.
That's true. But so what flushing the birds means is that usually they're in a tree. So I go and I sort of just shake the tree up and get them out of the tree, or make some sort of noise for them to be like, we got to get the hell out of here.
So you're sort of just a professional loud person in some ways.
Well, it's more than sometimes I use my voice. Sometimes I just use my presence. So like, for example, if it was like a bunch of pigeons in like Central Park or something, and someone's like, hey, we need these birds flushed, I'm not going to shake them. I was going to run through them. Sort of throw my hands up and around and like that to go like just kind of run through them.
Oh, I remember you. You shook my tree and I got freaked out and I ran out of it.
Okay, see, and that's when I learned too. I was like, okay, not a bird, confirmed. Yeah. Not everything up there. Sometimes you don't know, so you just got to give it a little shake.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, I think like Herb, I would love to say that these tactics didn't work on me because I'm a human adult man and not a bird. But I will say, when I was in that tree and I heard you make a noise, I was like, I got to get the fuck out of here.
Well,
that's usually what they think.
It's like a little earthquake. You know, you don't want to stay in that tree when you get an earthquake.
Yeah, and it depends too on like how big the tree is. Because if we're talking like one of those just like big boys, I can't shake that. I'm just a man. So sometimes I got to get a running start. Sometimes I get a car.
Car?
What do you do with the car?
Yeah, how do you flush birds with a car?
Well, I start from very far away. And I start driving toward it full speed. Then I have a big rock. A big rock is one of my like things in my sort of tool belt, as it were.
You carry a big rock on your belt?
Yeah, I always make sure I have a big rock because it does come in handy quite often.
I was going to say, one of your legs is insanely muscular.
Just jacked. I only have the loop is only on one side of the belt, and I usually only have room for one rock anyway. So it is often on my, hanging from my left hip, and that leg's doing a little more work.
Well, it shows.
Yeah. Well, thank you. I've entered contests, it's sort of like bodybuilding, but only for one quadrant of my body.
A classic quadrant competition.
Yeah, exactly. I can't ever get gold, but I can always get a little something.
Yeah, it's you and that guy from Lady in the Water with the one really big arm.
Yeah, we kind of.
Does anyone know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, no, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Not at all.
Yeah, and we sort of see each other around a lot at the comps. Yeah, and we know it's always kind of fun. Like, oh, you're here again. And he's like, yeah, that lady's still there.
Oh and man!
Like, that's crazy,
the lady's still in the water.
She's still in the water. Wow, it sounds like Donald Rumsfeld's son on that fishing trip that I was on. He's in there somewhere.
Rest in peace.
So, what do you do with the big rock?
Oh, so what I do is I'm driving the car full speed at the tree, and I'm sort of like positioning it in trying to angle it so it lands on the gas pedal, and then I tuck and roll out of the car and let the car crash into the tree, to shake the tree.
Wow.
And do you got to get a new car every time, or do you fix up your car with one of them little skateboards? I do. You know what? I've more than once had to employ the use of a skateboard, but I also I've now learned that I need to sort of put it in
put it on the invoice because it's getting expensive. Cars don't work the same way as skateboard. I try to use it as that when it gets fully broken, sort of get one leg out and do some kicking. That's, the other leg.
Sort of like really a Marty McFly with on a skateboard, kind of hanging. Sorry, if you don't know who it is, it doesn't matter. But
yeah, it's like I don't even understand. But but yeah, I could picture
referencing his own novel. That's so lame.
Oh,
okay. I'm working on a novel called Back to the Future.
I almost shot someone, and that makes me very uncomfortable.
Yeah, that's a little gauche.
Sorry, I don't. And honestly, to receive that feedback, my worst nightmare. To hear that something I'm working on is gauche, I might have to table this whole thing. I don't know. Standing
idly by while the defense secretary's son drowned is one thing, Devin.
Yeah.
And this is the second thing.
See, you're like a stagnant bird back there.
Yeah. I was sitting there like a stagnant bird. And it kills me. And it killed someone else. Yeah. But let me ask you this, Oscar. Would you say that an icon of your bird flushing field would be Indiana Jones's father, Dr. Henry Jones, based on the time that he was on that beach and there were all those seagulls and he ran towards them with an umbrella, flapping it open so that the seagulls flew up into the Nazi plane and crashed it? This
is such a great question because
thank you so much.
I would say that Dr. Henry Jones is iconic. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Thank you.
Now, would you say exactly what Devin said so we can get it as a soundbite?
Yep. So that'd be nice if we could get that clean and just sort of put that out there. That would help us.
Well, it's just something that you should know about my sort of just overall.
Okay, sweating a lot. Sort of a lot of sweat coming from
just Oscar. From because I don't shoot or anything, but I'm still too close to the guns going off that they have rattled my brain. So to remember such a specific instance, it's hard to repeat that. But I'll say yes.
We got a clean yes.
Yeah, I think you got a clean yes.
You flushed your own brain. You got shook up too much.
It's not the first time because I've flushed a lot of birds throughout history as well.
Really?
Yeah.
What now? Some of these noteworthy birds. Do we get to learn who some of these birds?
Well,
that you might. Are?
So, are you familiar with Fabio?
Yes, I am familiar with Fabio, and I believe there was a story about him riding a roller coaster and hitting a bird with his face.
Yeah, that was one of my guys. He sort of just got. They were actually because that was in not necessarily a wooded or foresty area.
Right, it was at a theme park.
It was at a theme park, so all these birds were on a telephone pole, and they were really dragging the wire. So I had to go sort of there and, I did a little run and I shouted a bunch and they all had to fly away. But that guy got a little too scared. And
they got a bird in Fabio's face.
I do want to make a little correction. Fabio didn't hit that bird with his face. That bird was supposed to hit Bob. That was supposed to shoot Fabio in the face.
Whoa. You were supposed to shoot Fabio in the face at the theme park that day.
Yeah.
And that bird was another HSA dispute?
It was another HSA thing. Fabio had too many trees that were creeping in. So I addressed both sides of my yard, which was Harry, Dick, and in the back. Dick and Harry. That's funny. The back was Fabio.
That's funny.
Can we just take a second to give that what it deserves? Just a nice hearty.
That's good. And Dick and Harry. And Harry Dick. And,
all of it. All the combination.
Tom, Dick, and Harry is a phrase, and we're remembering
should
it.
have been named Tom.
Yeah.
Well, so I also heard, I did a little sleuthing on your Wikipedia, Oscar. Did you also flush the bird that shit in Cyndi Lauper's mouth while she was singing the national anthem?
That's a thing that happened?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
I do want to clear this up. I was there that day. But there was a second flusher.
Okay. Oh. Wow.
So was I there to flush? Yes. Can I say that was me? No, I can't. I can't definitively say.
Wow. And now, Herb, you weren't at all involved in this bird shitting in Cyndi Lauper's mouth, were you?
No, but that was something I had heard about. I had heard about it because she's someone that the community is also looking after too. She's not on the list quite yet, but she's close to the list in terms.
This is an interesting community in Texas that has all these people in it.
Fabio, Dick Cheney,
and a lawyer friend of Dick Cheney's.
Yeah, it's a diverse community. You guys are check it out.
Yeah, sounds like a real.
And now, Oscar,
place.
One last bird question. Did you flush the bird that flew in front of Randy Johnson's 98-mile-an-hour fastball pitch, got hit by it, and was pulverized in the middle of a Major League Baseball game?
That was me, but I can't say that I was on the clock because I was just there to enjoy the game. But sometimes you see a bird that needs flushing and you can't resist.
Wow.
How do you know a bird needs flushing? What are
you
the clues?
Can tell, baby.
Okay, wow. No. See? And this is, some people think there's maybe like areas of consent in terms of a bird agreeing to be flushed, but sometimes you can just tell when they want to be
You can just tell, you're like, that bird's got to get flushed.
Yeah. Wow.
And I also did Sully's birds.
You did Sully's birds, of course.
You did Sully's birds?
Yeah.
That's bad, right?
All these other ones were good, but
that one's bad.
This one's bad, Oscar.
The Cyndi Lauper one is funny. The pitch one is
funny.
Good.
Cool,
funny.
Cool and funny.
Sometimes
Fabio one's funny.
I don't know if we should. If a hired assassin can say what's good and what's bad here.
Excuse me.
I know
I wasn't paid.
He was freelance.
Yeah, this was an extracurricular project.
The pay was deferred until I actually did it.
So, sometimes in the flushing business, a contract comes in and you don't know who it's coming from or what it's coming to. So sometimes I just take the jobs as they come in. Not every bird. You can see a bird that needs flushing, but you don't flush every bird. You don't get paid for every bird you flush.
Whoa. Greg, are you writing this down?
Yeah.
That's it's a back tattoo. I have
wow.
Because I only have the one shirt. So when I'm not wearing the shirt, I need people to know the rest of my business.
That makes sense.
Yeah. And you said that the previous phrase was on the back of your shirt. So it's not even something you lead with.
No. Because I'll
Catch him going.
I'm like, look, you're stopping me? I don't got time. I got a bird to flush. Read it and weep, and I walk away.
Wow.
People must be really confused when they hear that. They must not know what's going on.
Yeah, no one has ever not said, what?
Every single person you've ever passed in your
does
life
a big sort of double take.
Yeah.
Oh, there's some going on?
Yeah, some of that, some of... Okay.
Sure.
A couple of those.
I heard one time you walked past Jason Bateman and did that, and he turned around and went, that's not a thing. Is that true?
He said that, and I ran back by him a second time, and he was like, well, don't know what to say about that.
Yeah, sure. So that
you
just
walked
happened.
Past John Krasinski, and he actually didn't even say anything. He just kind of looked down the barrel of a camera.
Yeah, I went like...
yeah, big take.
And one time I walked by Bugs Bunny, and he said, well, now I've seen everything, and he shot himself.
He shot himself. Oh. Okay. I mean,
now that's a dignified, respectful man. He shoots himself.
Yes.
Good.
Yes. He took the beat and he recognized, hey, this is a moment when I have the opportunity to just own my failure and shoot myself in the face.
You know who's got to be pissed about that is Elmer Fudd. He probably feels like Herb felt. It's like the person you've been trying to shoot has suddenly...
This is what I've been saying.
Mm-hmm. You've always hated wascals. You've been very clear about that.
I've always hated wascals and wabbits, and I never know what season it is.
Wow. And now, Oscar, are you still in touch with Dick Cheney?
You know, we're actually pretty good friends. He's actually
buried the lead.
A lot of leads buried. You killed Bugs Bunny, and
I didn't kill Bugs Bunny.
Well,
he was so surprised that he'd seen everything. But Dick and I, we hang out from time to time. Obviously, not right now, but like he's a friend.
Sick, dude. That's
so maybe don't tell him some of the stuff from today.
Yeah.
He's like, you know how you all have a friend that like you're friends with, but if somebody says something about them, you're not going to say anything about it.
Sure. So like Dick Cheney is an asshole, but he's your asshole.
Yeah, exactly. I mean? Yeah.
It's like you used to be on a Herald team with Dick Cheney.
Now I know what that is. I know.
We know what that is. Yeah. Wow.
Everyone's favorite art.
Let's we should probably take one last break here and then wrap things up. But this has been a great episode. And
oh, good.
We'll be right back with Oscar and Herb. Welcome back to First Hand.
I'm Greg Gallant. Is that what you
And
want
I'm Devin Field. Yeah, that is what I want you to do, Greg. So thanks. Yeah, I want you to jump right on it and just fucking do your job. It just seems like maybe we should be hosting this instead of one of us hosting it and the other laying in the cut. You know what I mean? Like, let's...
Sorry, everyone. We've been drinking some more.
We've been drinking a lot. And
iron an argument over who came up with the bit of being an alcoholic first. You'll remember from the beginning of the episode. So
and it was me.
I say that it was me, and Ron White stole it from me.
That's right. Yes. Anyway, we're back here with Oscar and Herb. We're talking about the Dick Cheney shooting incident. And what we're going to do now is a segment we like to call The Thing I Never Told Anyone. And in this segment, we'll just share the one last secret we have about this. If there's any more truths to be unearthed. Greg, do you have any secrets about this?
I do, Devin, and I think this has been something I've been wanting to get off my chest because I want to address. There's a stigma, and I want to address it because I've spent a lot of time being ashamed about this. But the playing a bird for people to hunt for sport was a sexual thing for me. It was a kink.
Okay.
That's why I often accepted little or no money, was because there was arguably as much in it for me as there was for them. And I think don't knock it until you've tried it. Don't hate, investigate. I think everyone, if you live your adult sexual life without ever having dressed as a bird and been hunted for sport, you don't really know what your sexuality is.
Interesting. So these are, this is something I personally have never explored. So maybe I've got some homework this weekend.
You do. You do.
Yeah. Oscar, Herb, you guys ever explored this angle of your own sexuality?
I'm going to take a look at the brain thing Greg mentioned earlier, but no, I can't say that it is.
Check that out. Yeah.
I can't say that I have, but I know what I'm doing when we're done. I tell you what.
Hey, so thank you, Greg, for sort of opening this up.
If you're looking for a politician to hunt you these days, Dan Crenshaw is paying good money.
Yeah,
he's a friend.
That guy is bloodthirsty. Good friend of the pod. Much like Saturday Night Live, we'll have him on anytime.
So if we can give you a little bit of tea. He actually just winked into an eclipse, and that's what happened to his eye.
That's what happened. Yeah, he did sort of a Krasinski into an eclipse, and that's how he lost the eye. He said it was
during war.
Ugh.
Anyway, print that.
Yeah, print that. Sometimes us and him and Pete Davidson all hang out. And I guess if I were to share the thing I never told anyone about the time I saw Donald Rumsfeld kind of push his son under the water, and then Donald Rumsfeld's nephews, Huey, Dewey, and Louie, looked on and did nothing. I think the thing that I have not shared is that late that night at the fishing camp, Rumsfeld's son did come back up out of the water and found our fishing camp. And then we just kind of held him face down in a tub until he died. Wow. So it's in terms of him drowning, I know it happened definitively because I was a part of it after the fact. Wow. And once again, that's something that would have come out if Dick Cheney hadn't shot someone the same weekend. So just blessings, I'm counting my blessings, thanking God that Dick Cheney shot his friend,
Wow.
Yeah.
Heavy.
Sorry, I don't mean to get heavy, but.
So Donald's son did a bit of a lady in the water situation.
Kind of. That's not quite what happens in that movie, but.
All right. Well, I haven't seen it.
Well, check it out. So, a lot of movies that people need to check out after today's pod, I think. Mm-hmm. Anyway, Herb, did you have any final things you might want to share, a final truth about this event?
Yeah, this isn't a big deal, but I was supposed to be vice president.
Okay. I'd say that is a big deal.
No, it's just so. This is so messed up, but. So this hunting thing happened in 2006.
Right.
And George had called me and said, he's like, listen, because George lives in this area as well, but his trees don't bother me. And he was like, Dick has got to go. This was, maybe early 2006.
Wow.
And I was like, listen, I don't like that man's trees and stuff. I've got my issues. Mm-hmm. And he was like, well, how bad do those trees bother you? I was excuse me? And then I had told him, on my to-do list, I got to shoot this other guy, Harry Whittington, in the face. And then he was like, well, what if you had Dick and you become my new VP? And I was like, whoa.
Oh, my God.
Oh.
And part of what I shied away from, in addition to shooting the vice president in the face, was just a colossal amount of responsibility that would be on my shoulders.
Really would have fundamentally changed your life in a pretty big way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know if I could really take that.
Running
the
HSA is one thing, but now you're talking about running the United
USA.
States, the USA,
the United Owners Association. Yeah, exactly. And I called George back and I was like, "Hey, is George there?" And they're like, "Yeah, hold on a second." And he comes on the phone. It's like, I don't think I could take this. And but I will try to shoot him in the face for you, for me, for the tree. You go ahead and you pick somebody else to be the replacement.
You know who that person was gonna be?
Cyndi Lauper.
Cindy.
Wow, this neighborhood.
It's crazy. And I was the first to say, she got tree problems too, George. And he was like, I know, but her policies are really good. And it's like, oh,
well, she firmly believes in a woman's right to have fun.
Yes, exactly. To choose to have fun.
Talk about respecting the national anthem. She swallowed bird shit and just kept on trucking.
And that's what he said. He was like, she would swallow bird shit for this country. And I was like, okay.
Wow. And who among us can say the same,
Exactly.
If really put to the test.
Exactly. I don't like to brag about that because, it's another thing I was supposed to do. I didn't do. But
hey, that's okay. I think you can be proud of getting that close.
Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome. Oscar
anything
the bird flusher.
To get off your chest?
Yeah, flush a final truth for
birds?
Us.
Well,
whatever you got. Oscar's sweating a lot.
Okay, so it's just hard for me to talk about because, I'm not trying to. I was supposed to be on the plane that the birds crashed into on that day where Sully flew the plane, but I missed my flight.
You were supposed to be on Sully's flight.
Yeah, and I think about that day a lot. And if I think I had been on that plane, it would have gone a little different.
Well, it went pretty bad, and then Sully saved it. What do you mean?
it definitely would have gone different because you wouldn't have been outside and able to flush the birds.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. Right. You said it almost in sort of a bragging way, sort of a Wahlberg way of if I'd been on that flight, things would have gone down differently. But I don't think that's what the truth is.
Look, you don't have to believe me. I'm the one saying.
Okay.
I think it would have gone. It would have gone differently. It would have been different.
Yes,
I agree with that.
Yeah, I don't know if the problem would have happened. It might have just been a normal flight we don't talk about.
Yeah.
It's like Miss O'Leary's cow saying, "Hey, if I hadn't have been there for that fire, it would have gone a little differently."
Yeah,
the Chicago accent.
Wow. Well, I mean, I can't believe that you, like Seth MacFarlane, missed your flight on such an important day.
Yeah, I know, right? And also, Steve Renazizi.
Mm-hmm. He was supposed to be on Sully's flight.
Wow. And he dined out on that story for a while.
I think you're holding out on us, Oscar, because I'm looking at a photo right now that appears to be you and what looks like two partridges in a pear tree. Now, do you know anything about that?
Well, let's just say after that photo was taken, there was only one.
So you flushed the other partridge in a pear tree.
Wow.
That's right.
Right down the toilet.
Right down.
The toilet.
Wow. Well, this has been an illuminating conversation. I feel like I understand this event and our former vice president even better than I ever thought I would. And I certainly understand Cyndi Lauper a lot better than I thought I would.
I did too. She's a patriot.
She's a true patriot.
And so is Fabio. And so are the two of you, Oscar and Herb. Thank you so much for speaking with us today. Herb, is there anything you'd like to let the people know about?
Yeah. If everybody could stop growing trees in my neighborhood, I would like to plug that. They're a nuisance and they take up a lot of room and it's kind of taking up Z space. So it's like maybe not something you're thinking about, but it is taking up a lot of room. So I want to plug.
But you live in those trees, Herb.
Now I live in those trees, but I can still see when they're crawling in. I respect that other people have homes. And so, stop growing trees.
Stop growing trees, everybody, please.
That's our message.
That was Al Gore's message, and that's our message.
More celebs are welcome at my HSA. We love how many white celebs we have.
Let's get Elon Musk and Joe Rogan down there, huh? Let's get everybody
they have
there.
Applications in the wings. Yeah.
Good.
Make them apply. Nice power move.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Check their credit.
Joe Rogan's credit's bad, but he's getting approved.
Nice. Hope we get him on the pod someday. Oscar, is there anything you'd like to let the people know about?
This is going to be such a bummer to Herb, but I will say that I'm plugging please plant more trees because these birds can't. It's it's easier to flush birds when there are fewer of them in a tree to flush.
Dear God.
They sort of have this like hive mentality and they're like, we're not stopping for one guy, but there was like 3 birds, they're out.
You ever think they should all just go die instead of being in these trees? Why do we got to we're creating more problems.
Yeah, Oscar, did you ever think that?
Oscar?
I guess if I'm being honest, I've never thought that before. Because I'm just trying to shake it loose. If they get shot, that's sort of not on me.
And it's not on me either. I didn't do shit.
Okay, so something for our listeners to sort of decide. Do you want to plant trees or stop planting trees?
Yeah, we rarely get plugs that are at cross purposes, but this would be an interesting exercise.
So sound off in the comments whether you've, after hearing this, planted a tree or cut one down.
Yeah, hashtag plant it, or if you want to plant the tree, or hashtag don't plant it if we don't want it.
The text 0012 to the American Idol to not to support my thing.
Yes.
Yeah. In the first-hand merch shop, we now have a T-shirt that says "No to trees and yes to herbs." And another one that says "Yes to trees."
Good.
No,
and we also have that Tootsie Pop owl saying, "I'm a piece of shit, but I know how to live in a tree."
Can we sell my shirt that says "Not everything in a tree is a bird"?
Yes, that's a lot of merch. Yeah. Yes, right on the back.
We have Scrooge McDuck, rather than diving into a pool full of coins, diving into a river to save Donald Rumsfeld. We have a lot of great merch.
A lot of good merch. So check it out, and thank you all for listening.
Bye.
Bye.
Find more great shows and see what's behind it all at backdrop.fm.